the arrival of the Excellency President, and please still remain standing for the national anthem and AU anthems. Please be seated. Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia, and Lieutenant General Ndaitwah, Your Excellency, Madam Lucia Bedboy, Vice President, Your Excellency, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, former President, and Madam Mbumba, Right Honorable Dr. Eliangurare, Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Sarah Kugongerwa Madila, Speaker of the National Assembly, Your Lordship Peter Shivute, Chief Justice and Lady Justice Shivute, Honorable Lucas Nimbo Muha, Chairperson of the National Council, Your Excellency Lauria Ngaino, Ambassador of the Republic of Congo and the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors and High Commissioners, and representatives of regional and international organizations, members of the Namibian former Ambassador NAFA, present today, Honorable Sophia Shaningwa, Secretary General of the SWAPO Party, Honorable Emmanuel Nashinge, Leader of the Opposition, Official Opposition, honorable cabinet ministers, deputy ministers, Ambassador Emilia Kusa, Secretary to Cabinet, distinguished service chiefs, captains of industry, special invited guests, senior government officials, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Boni Haufiku, State Chief of Protocol, and I'm your Director of Ceremonies this evening. It gives me a singular honor to warmly welcome Your Excellency Ambassadors and High Commissioners, as well as representatives of regional and international organizations and consular representatives to the 2026 Annual New Year Greetings ceremony hosted by Her Excellency, the President, here at State House. Your Excellencies, New Year's greeting ceremonies are for more than just a polite exchange of pleasantry between diplomats and their host government. It is actually one of the most significant dates on the diplomatic calendar and the official reopening of the channels of power. Seeing all of you here is symbolic gesture of our country's continued commitment to maintain bilateral ties with Namibia, and it speaks to the premium you have placed on those ties. Tonight, we will hear from Her Excellency, the President, as she set out the agenda for the coming year and shares her wisdom on the current states of affairs in our global village, and to remind us all that Namibia remains open to trade and new partnerships. Your Excellencies, the international state of affairs is marked by shifting norms and evolving global order. The post-Second World War liberal order is under significant strain, replaced by a more transactional world driven by economic nationalism and push for regional spheres of influence. As the geopolitical landscape undergoes profound shift, may we continue to cooperate in a cordial manner with diplomatic decorum for the benefit of our peoples and countries. Your Excellencies, the year 2026 is set to test our resilience, and our stability will depend both on international law and on direct engagement between our leaders. As we start the new year, let us take this opportunity to wish you a prosperous and productive 2026. Let us hold hands and collectively remind ourselves from where we come from and where we are hope to go. For one is too small a number to achieve greatness. Without further ado, I now invite Her Excellency Lauria Ngaino, Ambassador of the Republic of Congo and the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, to deliver her New Year greetings message.
Your Excellency, Madam President and First Gentleman, Your Excellency, Madam Vice President, Your Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister, Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable members of the government, distinguished colleagues of the diplomatic corps, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. It is a great and real honor for the diplomatic corps to respond to this symbolic and solemn ceremony of New Year's greeting to Your Excellency, Madam President, your husband, your family, and the people of Namibia. At the dawn of this new year, allow us, first of all, to extend our most sincere wishes for your health, longevity, and success in fulfilling the noble missions entrusted to you by the Namibian people. May the new year be for you, your family, and the Namibian nation a year of stability, shared progress, and renewed experience. The year 2025, which has ended, will remain in many ways a milestone year for Namibia, both nationally and internationally. It was a year of intense diplomatic activities and numerous advances on both the national and international levels. It was a year that began with the announcement of a passing of the founding father and first president of the Namibian nation, His Excellency Sam Shafishuna Nujoma. May his legacy live on from generation to generation, for a hero never dies. After this period of mourning, Namibia continued its intense diplomatic activity with your inauguration as the fifth president of the Republic of Namibia. This election by direct universal suffrage was welcomed by international community. The diplomatic corps reiterates its congratulations. Your Excellency, Madam President, distinguished guests, under your leadership, the Namibian diplomacy has distinguished itself and consolidated its achievements, revitalizing and diversifying international partnerships. The visit of the Indian Prime Minister is an illustration of the strengthening of these partnerships. Namibia has established itself as a continental and increasingly global reference in the field of gender equality. This commitment goes beyond discourse and is unbounded in the profound transformation of its political leadership. Today, Namibian women occupy fundamental spaces in decision-making processes, demonstrating that equity is not merely an aspiration, but a concrete practice that strengthens democracy, enriches public debate, and ensures more inclusive and responsive public policies. The diplomatic corps appreciates the establishment of presidential task forces that have emerged from Namibia Public-Private Forum, called NAMPPF, reflecting a strong commitment to consultation, solution-oriented leadership, and all of society engagement. We recognize the NAM PPF as a valuable foundation for aligning public and private efforts around the priorities of NDP6. As development partners, we express our strong interest not only in supporting the policy direction, but in partnering with government on implementation, because it is implementation that will translate NDP6 ambitions into tangible results for people, communities, and the economy. As Madam President guides the nation forward, you continue to align Namibia's development pathway with the long-term aspirations of African Agenda 2063 and the shared global ambition of the Sustainable Development Goals. Your strategic foresight ensures that Namibia remains principled and future-focused voice on the African continent and the international stage. Looking ahead, the diplomatic course stands ready to align our cooperation, advocacy, and, where relevant, investment with Namibia's national priorities. We remain committed to supporting approach that strengthen social cohesion, expand opportunity, and protect the most vulnerable while accelerating progress on inclusive growth, jobs, and resilience. In a rapidly changing global context, sustained collaboration between government and the international community will be essential to deliver measurable outcomes and shared prosperity. In an international context where public integrity faces constant challenges, we commend the firm path that Namibia has chosen, that of transparency, accountability, and the strengthening of solid institutions. This choice not only consolidates its democracy, but also sends an unmistakable message to future generations. The exercise of power must be guided by ethics, and public service must be a true commitment to the common good. Your nomination, Your Excellency, Madam President, by the African Leadership Organization constitutes a well-deserved recognition of your exemplary career and your firm commitment to transparency, social justice, and the empowerment of women. Your transparency leadership focused on institutional strengthening, the resolute fight against corruption, and the promotion of gender equality has elevated the prestige of Namibia and projected it as a continental benchmark in ethical governance and inclusion. The diplomatic corps seizes this opportunity to congratulate you as a winner voted by the African Political Leader of the Year 2025. Congratulations. In the same spirit, we cannot fail to raise our voice for peace. At the time when the world is shaken by prolonged conflict, unilateral coercive measures, blockades that severely impact entire population, and intervention that undermine the sovereignty of state, we issue a firm and unequivocal call for the defense of peace, stability, and strict respect for international law as essential pillars of coexistence among nations. Today, more than ever, it is imperative to prioritize dialogue, diplomacy, non-interference, and the peaceful settlement of disputes. As we begin this new year, the diplomatic corps reaffirms its commitment to peace as the foundation for sustainable development. We also mark the 25th anniversary of UN Security Council Resolution 1325, which reminds us that durable peace is not possible without the meaningful participation, leadership, and protection of women. We commend Namibians' efforts to advance the women, peace, and security agenda and underscore the importance of sustaining national and community mechanisms such as the International Women Peace Center, so they can continue to support women as agents of peace, dialogue, and reconciliation. Your Excellency, Madam President, please accept, together with your government and the North people of Namibia, the sincere recognition of the diplomatic corps for the achievement attained, as well as the renewed commitment of our nations to continue strengthening the bond of friendship, cooperation, and solidarity in the construction of a more just, balanced, and human world. Happy New Year 2026. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you, Your Excellency. May we give her another round of applause. May I now invite Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia, to deliver her New Year greetings message and blessings for the New Year.
Thank you very much. Please take your seats. Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. Your Excellency, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, fourth President of the Republic of Namibia, and Madam Mbumba. Your Excellency, Lucia Vetboy, Vice President, Right Honorable Erija Ngurare, Prime Minister, Honorable Sarah Kuongerwa Madira, Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Lucas Sinimbo Muha, Chairperson of the National Council, Your Lordship Peter Shivute, Chief Justice and Lady Justice, Lieutenant General Epaphrad Nandi-Ndaitwah, First Gentleman, Honorable Sophia Nango Saningwa, Secretary General of SWAPO Party, Honorable Emmanuel Nashinge, Leader of the official opposition in Parliament, Honorable Franz Akapofi, Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, and today Acting Minister of International Relations and Trade, and all ministers and deputy ministers, Your Excellency Rorina Nganyino Ngwela Makauleto, the Ambassador of the Republic of Congo and Dean of Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, High Commissioners, and Heads of international organizations, having said that, I sincerely ask that I stand on the protocol as established by our Director of Ceremonies. I'm pleased to welcome you to State House at the beginning of this year and to convey on behalf of the people and the government of the Republic of Namibia our warmest greetings and best wishes for a peaceful, prosperous, and productive year 2026. And before I go further, I want to recognize our third First Lady in our midst. Allow me in the onset to commend each and every one of you, ambassadors and high commissioners, both resident and non-residents, representatives of international organizations, and honorable consuls for your tireless efforts in fostering understanding, building bridges between our nations, and working collectively to address the shared challenges of our time. Your presence here today stands as a reflection of the entrenched bonds of friendship, cooperation, and mutual respect that exist between Namibia and the countries and organizations you solely ably represent. Your Excellencies, Namibia enters the new year 2026 with clarity of purpose and confidence in the direction of its foreign policy. Our external relations remain firm, anchored in the enduring principle of respect of sovereignty, equality among states, non-interference in internal affairs, adherence to international law, and the peaceful settlement of disputes. Those principles continue to guide both our bilateral and multilateral engagements. The Republic of Namibia reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the principle of self-determination, freedom, justice, and human dignity for all. Therefore, as a nation that emerged from a history of colonialism and apartheid, Namibia continues to support the inalienable rights of the Sahrawi people to self-determination and independence, and the rights of the Palestinian people to establish an independent, sovereign Palestine state living side by side with Israel in peace and security. Similarly, the international community cannot lose sight of other conflicts across Africa, such as in Sudan and DRC, the Middle East, and beyond. Also of great concern, despite the overwhelming and constant call by the international community for the lifting of the economic, commercial, and financial embargo imposed on the people of Cuba, those measures remain in place, inflicting hardship on ordinary citizens and impeding sustainable development. Such actions are not talking to our international collective commitment to solidarity, broad-based, people-centered development, and the pledge to leave no one behind. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Namibia's foreign policy is increasingly shaped by imperative of economic diplomacy. This is no longer a contemporary aspect of our international engagement, but a central instrument in advancing our national development agenda. Hence, the renaming of the ministry to the Ministry of International Relations and Trade. We are determined to ensure that our international partnership translates into tangible and measurable benefits for our people, including increased investment, expanded trade, skill development, technological transfer, and the creation of sustainable employment opportunities. We remain deeply grateful for the meaningful contribution of our international strategic partners in advancing Namibia's development agenda, particularly through their continued support for the goals and objectives of our 6th National Development Plan. Those efforts have been instrumental in strengthening institutional capacity, advancing national priorities, and fostering inclusive and sustainable development for all Namibians. In this regard, your continued work in strengthening bilateral ties, enhancing trade relationships, and promoting people-to-people exchange between Namibia and your respective countries is highly valued and sincerely appreciated. Thank you. Your Excellencies, Namibia continues to nurture and expand partnership across Africa, Europe, Asia, the Americas, the Caribbean, and the Middle East. Those relationships are founded on mutual respect, shared interest, and practical cooperation in key areas such as infrastructure development, food security, education, health, technology, defense, culture, tourism, and innovation, among others. We place particular emphasis on the role of effective diplomatic missions and consular cooperation in promoting two-way investment, facilitating market access for Namibian products, and strengthen people-to-people ties that deepens understanding between our societies. Namibia remains a principled and committed advocate of multilateralism, which we regard as the most effective means of addressing the complex and interconnected challenges facing the international community today. As a nation born of multilateralism, we continue to engage constructively in the regional and international organizations, including the Southern Africa Development Community SADC, the African Union AU, the United Nations, and the Commonwealth, among others. Within SADC, we are working closely with our partners to advance economic integration, industrialization, and the development of regional value chain. Our collective objective is to move our region beyond the export of raw material towards the production of high-value goods through local beneficiation and value addition. At the continental level, Namibia remains firm, committed to the objectives of Agenda 2063 and the inspiration of silencing the guns, recognizing that peace, stability, and good governance are indispensable foundation for sustainable development. Globally, Namibia continues to advocate for climate justice, food security, inclusive growth, and fair global economic governance, particularly in the defense of the interests of the developing countries. In this context, Namibia reaffirms the central role of the United Nations and continued relevance of the United Nations Charter. We call for the full respect for international law and uphold the principle of sovereignty, territorial integrity, and the political independence of states. As the international system faces growing strain from geopolitical revivals, economic fragmentation, and the escalating impact of climate change, Namibia remains resolved in its belief that diplomacy, dialogue, and active multilateralism remain indispensable. Namibia is also closely following the UN-8 initiative and the broader reform process within the United Nations system. We support efforts aimed at the strengthening of effectiveness, credibility, and responsiveness of organizations, while ensuring that the voices and interests of developing countries are meaningfully represented and safeguarded. Your Excellencies, Namibia's multilateralism engagement in 2026 will focus on key strategic priorities, including peace and security, climate change, water and food security and energy, as well as continued contribution to the global non-proliferation and disarmament agenda. Those interconnected areas reflect both our national development objective and our shared responsibility as committed members of the international community. In advancing the peace and security agenda, Namibia was honored to host the silver anniversary of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325 in October last year. The Windhoek Plus 25 Declaration, adopted on that occasion, reaffirmed the global commitment and highlighted the indispensable role of women in conflict prevention, peace building, and post-conflict reconstruction. Our commitment to the intergenerational dialogue and inclusive partnership in global decision-making remains central to our approach. Your Excellencies, sustainable development cannot be achieved without reliable, affordable, and secure energy. Namibia therefore continues to prioritize the diversification of its energy mix, in particular clean and renewable energy, to support our industrialization, economic growth, and improved livelihood for our people. We invite our international strategic partners to accompany us on this journey, guided by mutual benefit, technological transfer, and shared responsibility. Climate change remains both an existential and developmental challenge, particularly for vulnerable countries such as Namibia. Namibia continues to advocate for predictable, accessible, and affordable climate and development finance, with a strong emphasis on adaptation and resilience. We call for global commitment to be matched by concrete deliveries, effective implementation, and measurable impact. Your Excellencies, allow me to highlight a few notable bilateral engagements over the past year. Namibia was honored by the decision of His Excellency Wang Ji, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China and member of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party of China Central Committee, to make Namibia the first stop of his annual visit to Africa in January 2025. This visit reaffirmed the long-standing and mutual beneficial relations between our two countries. We were equally honored to receive His Excellency Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, on a state visit in July 2025, marking the 35th anniversary of diplomatic relations between our two countries. The visit yielded concrete outcomes, including the signing of bilateral agreements, Namibia's accession to international initiatives, and enhanced cooperation in priority sectors. On a personal note, this visit will go into history as the first state visit I had the honor to host upon assuming the responsibility as President of the Republic of Namibia. Thank you very much. Namibia also participated in the Global Leaders Meeting on Women in Beijing in October 2025, underscoring international confidence in our country's commitment to gender equality and women empowerment. I further recall my participation in the 8th session of the UN General Assembly in New York in September last year, and the 30th conference of the parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change that took place in Belém, Brazil in November 2025. Both those high-level international gatherings have provided a valuable platform for me to engage with many heads of state and government, as well as international organizations and private sector representatives. Such engagement have strengthened bilateral relations with your respective countries and reinforced investors' growing interest in Namibia as a stable and credible investment destination. At the regional level, Namibia continues to place high value on the close and long-standing relation within our region. My introductory visit to Angola, Botswana, Zambia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, United Republic of Tanzania, and South Africa, upon taking office as President of the Republic of Namibia, underlines the importance we continue to attach to our neighbors in the sub-region as our first line of defense. The successful engagement I had during those visits was an assurance of strong bilateral cooperation that exists between our countries. The successful convening of the Namibia-Botswana Binational Commission reaffirmed our shared commitment to deepening cooperation for mutual benefit of our people and the wider region. Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, as we are starting the new year, we are looking forward to continue cooperating with you as we have done in the past year. And allow me once again to express my sincere appreciation for your invariable role in strengthening relationship between Namibia and your respective countries and organizations. I sincerely encourage you to continue working closely with us to deepen our bilateral and multilateral partnership, to explore new opportunities for trade and investment, and to further nurture people-to-people relationship that bond our nations together in friendship and shared purpose. Let me wish you all a prosperous, happy, and productive 2026, and thank you for your attention.
Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Another round of applause for Her Excellency President. Your Excellency President, I now have the honor and I now have a distinguished honor and a privilege to present to Your Excellency the heads of mission, charged affairs, acting high commissioners, representatives of international organizations, honorary consuls, and their spouse here today in order of precedence. I would appreciate if we start with the first line, of course starting with the Dean. You greet Her Excellency President, First Gentleman, and the Acting Minister, and you go that way and back to your seat. And once your line is finished, we follow. That's the directives I give as a master of ceremony. Thank you very much. Now I'm inviting Your Excellency, Ambassador of the Republic of Congo, and the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps. Such line, yeah. As we go, we follow, please. Your Excellency, Ambassador of Zambia and the spouse, Excellency, High Commissioner of the Ambassador of Republic of Turkey, Ambassador of the Republic of China, Excellency, Ambassador of the Republic of Cuba and the spouse, Excellency, Ambassador for the Republic of Zimbabwe, Excellency, Ambassador of the Democratic Republic of Congo and the spouse, Excellency, High Commissioner of the King of the Republic of Uganda, Excellency, Ambassador of Russian Federation, Excellency, Ambassador of Russian Federation, Ambassador of Federal Republic of Germany, High Commissioner of the United Republic of Tanzania, Ambassador of the People's Democratic of Algeria and the spouse, Your Excellency, Ambassador of Portuguese Republic and spouse, Excellency, Ambassador of Bolivian Republic of Venezuela, Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Ambassador of French Republic and spouse, the High Commissioner of India and spouse, Excellency, Ambassador of Japan, Excellency, High Commissioner of the Republic of Rwanda, and Excellency, High Commissioner of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Excellency, Ambassador of the Republic of Angola, Ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia and the spouse, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Spain and the spouse, Ambassador of the Republic of Finland, Ambassador of the Arab Republic of Egypt, Ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Iran and the spouse, High Commissioner of the Republic of Ghana, Excellency Ambassador of the United States of America, High Commissioner of the Republic of Kenya and spouse,